Dear children, today we have to learn in standard 9 subject social science chapter number 11. The name of the chapter is Indian Judiciary. It means Bharatnu Nyay Tantra. We have studied in the detail about the two organs of the government. What happened, dear children? We have already studied about the two organs of the government, legislative and executive. Which one? Legislative and executive. Now we shall study in the detail about the third organs of the government. The third organ of the government is the judiciary, and we know very well that judiciary is independent. It means swatantra, statutory. It means nishpaksh and impartial organs of the government. And that's why what happened there, we can say that judiciary is independent, statutory and impartial organs of the government. The Constitution of India provide for the systematic, organized and the uniform judiciary system. Now what happened there? Our Constitution of India provide the one kind of systematic, organized and uniform judiciary system throughout the India. The Indian judiciary system is in the form of the pyramid. What happened there? Your children, we can say that the Indian judiciary system is in the form of the pyramid, and this is the pyramid hierarchy. We have established a uniform judiciary, and that's why what happened there, in India we have established the uniform judiciary, and in it at the topmost level there is a Supreme Court. What happened there, dear children? In this pyramid we can say that here the topmost court is the Supreme Court is there, and which is apex court also. Supreme Court, it is also known as a apex court. Apex court, it means Sarvocha Adalat. At the middle level there is a high court. What happened there? Here at the middle level there is a high court is there. Same way, and under the jurisdiction are the district court and the district level. What happened there? Here in the high court jurisdiction, here the district court and the taluka court is there. Same way the local and the special court. Apart from this, there are the trial courts and the tribunals which are established to care of the various objectives. So dear children, here they have to be given one, the pyramid of the hierarchy of the Indian courts, which where first of all, if you have to see upper to the bottom or bottom to the upper level, here you see the top level Supreme Court, under the Supreme Court here the state level the High Court is there, Chief Court and tribunals. It is here High Court after district court plus taluka court, and the lower level here trial court and the special court are there. Now dear children, they were given about the importance of judiciary. What they were given there? They have to given about the importance of judiciary. It means ન્યાયતંત્રનું મહત્વ. A neutral and impartial judiciary is essential in the federal system of protection and the preservation of the rights of the Indian citizen. What happened, dear children? You know very well that neutral as well as the impartial judiciary is essential in the federal system for the protection as well as the preservation of the rights of the Indian citizens, and to show the incongruity between the center and the state or between one state and other state. It means what happened, that dear children, here the judiciary was also solve the problem, state versus state, also the center versus state. Regarding the division of the workload, the judiciary is an important organ as interpret constitutionality of any provision of any law, so that supremacy of the constitution was the prevailing law, in order that the legislative or the executive do not violate any of the constitution limitation. Dear children, be careful. What they have to say that? They have to say that as per the constitution, the legislative and executive do not violate any constitutional limitation we are required in a country. Independence, firm, impartial and fearless judiciary, which is the foundation of the democracy. What is the foundation of democracy, dear children? Then independent, firm, impartial and fearless judiciary is the foundation of the democracy. The objective of constitution is to see that the judiciary is processed, there is no delay or delay, and the cheap and equal justice, and that's why what happened that judiciary has the process for no flow or delay in any citizen get quick, cheap and equal justice. In the presence of alert legislative and executive, the judiciary would always remain the active. What happened then, dear children? They have to given that judiciary would always remain the active, but many times due to the administrative and inactiveness and irresponsibilities of the executive and authoritativeness of the legislative, impartial, cognizant, independence and fearless judiciary has shown the judicial inactiveness. Dear children, after they have given about the information of apex court. Apex court it means Supreme Court. Apex court it means Sarvoch Adalat. Sarvoch Adalat is Supreme Court. Supreme Court is then the apex of the Indian judiciary. What happened in Indian judiciary? The Indian judiciary, the Supreme Court, it is known as a apex court according to the Indian judiciary. As per the Constitution of India, the topmost judiciary organization. Which is the topmost judiciary organization as per the Constitution? Then Supreme Court is the topmost judicial organization. It is situated in Delhi. All the civil and criminal court of the India have to work under the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. What happened there, dear children? Here, all the civil as well as the criminal court of the India have worked under the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court consists of the one Chief Justice. What happened there, dear children? The Supreme Court consists of one Chief Justice and 28 additional judges are there. The Chief Justice of Supreme Court is appointed by the President of India. Dear children, be careful and remember what happened there. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is appointed by the President of the India. The number of judges the Supreme Court is decided by the Parliament. But if the President feels that the workload of the Supreme Court is increased, then the President can appoint the additional ad hoc judges to the Supreme Court as per the provision of the Constitution. The judge in the Supreme Court are appointed on the basis of the seniority. What happened, dear children? Here the judges in the Supreme Court are appointed on the basis of the seniority, except for the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. All the other judges are appointed in the consultation with the Chief Justice as well as the other senior judges. Now, dear children, they will given about the qualification for the Supreme Court judges. A person who is appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court should be first a citizen of India. Second, should they provide a service of at least 5 years as a judge in any one of the High Court of the India. Third condition, should have an experience of at least 10 years as an advocate in any of the High Court of the India. Fourth, should be the distinguished judges or a famous jurist as per the opinion of the President. Fifth, should not be more than 65 years age. Thus, the retirement age is 65 years. Dear children, what happened there? Here the retirement age of Supreme Court judge is the 65 years for the judge of the Supreme Court. After, dear children, they will be given about the time period. It means Samaygalu for the judge of the Supreme Court. The retirement age is 65 years for the judge of the Supreme Court. What is the age? 65 years is the age for the judge of the Supreme Court. However, the change in the age of the retirement can be made by the Parliament through the framing a law. They cannot carry the practice of law in any of the Indian court, but they can provide their services in committee appointed by the investigator into the uncommon situation or the events. If incapable to carry out the duty before the time of the retirement, then under such circumstances they can resign willingly from their post by tendering the written resignation to the President. What happened there? Here the Supreme Court judge given the resignation to the President of India. but the judge can be removed from their post and power if they are found to be guilty. If the judge is found to be guilty of incapability, misconduct, or inefficiency, this removal is in accordance with the provision of the Constitution and is carried out through the impeachment motion in the Parliament. The procedure for it is as follows. Every house of the Parliament has to submit the memorandum having the majority support to the President of the total number of the members are at least 2/3 number of the members present in respective session. Based on the presentation by the order of the President, the judge can be removed from his post. The judge can be removed from his post. The Parliament monitor the presentation of the memorandum regarding the misbehavior of the judge. What happened that dear children, be remember and careful. Parliament monitor the presentation of memorandum regarding the misbehavior of judge and the conducting of the investigation as well as the conducting of the proof for the same. The concerned judge is given also the opportunity to present his narration in his self-defense in the Parliament. What happened that dear children, here the concerned judge is given the opportunity for the present his narration in for the self-defense for regarding with the self-defense. Self-defense it means swabhaja in the Parliament. The President of India administers the oath of secrecy and loyalty towards the Constitution to the judge who appointed to the Supreme Court. Before taking the charge of their post, the judge are required to take the oath in oral as well as the sign the pledge. What happened there, dear children? Here, the Supreme Court judge taking the charge of their post, the judge are required to take the oath